You're sensing it right now, aren't you? That electric shimmer moving through your thoughts, that sudden clarity cutting through weeks of mental fog, that unmistakable feeling that something in your consciousness just clicked into perfect alignment. This isn't your imagination playing tricks. This is January 28th, arriving with a cosmic frequency so rare, so perfectly calibrated that your entire energetic system is responding before your logical mind can even name what's happening. At exactly 6:06 a.m. Eastern Time this morning, the Sun in Aquarius formed a perfect trine with the Moon in Gemini, and in that exact moment, a communication portal opened between your conscious mind and your soul's deepest knowing. Your thoughts are clearer. Your intuition is sharper. The words you've been searching for suddenly flow effortlessly. And if you felt mentally scattered, emotionally blocked, or spiritually disconnected for weeks, this is the exact cosmic moment where all three dimensions of your being finally sync into harmony. The universe doesn't create trines like this by accident. Air trine air, mind meeting spirit, intellect embracing intuition. This is the frequency of breakthrough, of sudden understanding, of truths that have been trying to reach you for months, finally landing with crystal clarity. And here's what makes today absolutely extraordinary. This isn't just one trine. By mid-afternoon, the Moon in Gemini will also trine Mercury at 3 p.m. and Venus at 3:32 p.m., both in Aquarius, creating what astrologers call a grand air trine activation, a complete circuit of mental, emotional, and spiritual alignment that only occurs a few times per year. Your nervous system is literally upgrading right now. Your communication channels are clearing. Your heart and mind are speaking the same language for the first time in what might feel like forever. Before we go deeper into this activation, if you're already feeling this shift in your energy, leave a like and subscribe so you stay connected to these cosmic transmissions. And drop a comment saying, "My mind and soul are aligned to lock in this clarity frequency." This is not just information. This is activation. Let's dive in. When the Sun in Aquarius trines the Moon in Gemini, something extraordinary happens in the invisible architecture of your consciousness. Aquarius carries the frequency of higher mind, divine intelligence, the part of you that can see patterns others miss, that understands universal truth beyond personal emotion. Gemini holds the frequency of quick mind, adaptive intelligence, the part of you that processes, communicates, connects the dots, translates cosmic knowing into human language. When these two air signs form a perfect 120-degree angle, creating what astrology calls a trine, the easiest, most harmonious aspect possible, the result is a direct channel between your higher self and your everyday awareness. Information flows without resistance, insights arrive without effort. The things you've been trying to figure out suddenly make perfect sense. But here's what most people don't realize about this particular trine. The Sun at approximately 8 degrees Aquarius is moving through your zone of collective consciousness, future vision, revolutionary thinking. This is the part of your chart that governs how you break free from limiting beliefs, how you step into your authentic frequency, how you align with your soul's true mission rather than society's expectations. The Moon at 8 degrees Gemini is activating your zone of mental flexibility, curiosity, learning, communication. This is the part of your chart that governs how you process information, how you express your truth, how you connect with others through words and ideas. When these 2 points harmonize, your authentic self and your expressive self merge. You stop performing for others. You start speaking from soul truth. You stop overthinking. You start knowing. And this is happening during a waxing gibbous moon, the phase between first quarter and full moon, the phase of refinement and adjustment. You've been building towards something. You set intentions at the new moon on January 18th. You pushed through resistance at the first quarter on January 25th. And now, just days before the full moon on February 1st, the universe is giving you the mental clarity and emotional alignment you need to make final adjustments before your manifestation completes. This trine is not random timing, this is divine precision. The cosmos knows exactly when you need breakthrough clarity, and it's delivering it today. There's something else amplifying this energy that you need to understand. Mercury, Venus and Mars are all in Aquarius right now, joined by Pluto in the early degrees of Aquarius. This creates what's called an Aquarius stellium, multiple planets clustered in the same sign, generating an intense concentration of that sign's energy. Aquarius is revolutionizing your life right now, breaking old patterns, awakening new possibilities, pushing you toward your most authentic expression. And today, with the sun and moon in perfect harmony across the air signs, all of that revolutionary Aquarius energy gets channeled through clear thinking, inspired communication, and intuitive knowing. You're not just changing, you're understanding why you're changing. You're not just feeling different. You're articulating what's different. You're not just sensing your path forward, you're seeing it with absolute clarity. Let me tell you about the 3 zodiac signs that are being hit hardest by this activation, the ones whose charts are positioned perfectly to receive this breakthrough frequency. Gemini, this is your moment. With the moon moving through your sign and forming this perfect trine to the sun, your entire energetic field is lit up like a cosmic radio tower. You're receiving transmissions from higher dimensions, downloads of information that bypass logic and land directly in your knowing. If you felt mentally overwhelmed lately, scattered across too many interests, unable to focus, that's been the waxing moon building pressure in your sign. But today, the trine from the sun in Aquarius stabilizes that mental energy, gives it direction, channels it into clarity. Your 3rd house of communication, learning, and mental processing is being activated, which means conversations you have today could be life-changing. Messages you receive could contain the exact insight you've been searching for. Ideas that strike you seemingly out of nowhere are actually soul downloads, pieces of information your higher self has been trying to get through to you for weeks. Here's what's particularly powerful for you. Gemini rules the hands, the arms, the nervous system, and right now you might feel tingles in your fingers, restlessness in your body, an urge to write, to type, to create, to express. That's not anxiety, that's activation. Your nervous system is upgrading to hold higher frequencies of information. And with Mercury also in Aquarius trining your moon this afternoon at 3 p.m., your communication gifts are amplified exponentially. This is one of the best days of the year for you to write that book proposal, record that video, have that difficult conversation, pitch that idea, speak your truth. The words will flow. The right thing to say will arrive exactly when you need it. Your mind and your voice are in perfect sync. But there's a deeper spiritual layer here for you, Gemini. Your soul is remembering why it chose an air sign body in this lifetime. You're here to be a messenger, a communicator, a connector of worlds. You're here to translate cosmic frequency into human language. And today, with this grand air trine activating your entire energetic system, you're stepping into that mission more fully. The confusion you felt about your purpose is lifting. The doubt about whether your voice matters is dissolving. You're being shown, not through logic, but through direct knowing, that what you have to say, what you have to share, what you have to communicate is needed in this world. Trust the downloads, trust the insights, trust the sudden clarity. This is your soul speaking directly to you, and today you can finally hear it clearly. Aquarius, you're standing in the eye of this cosmic storm, and it's reshaping your entire reality. The sun in your sign is your annual rebirth, your moment of solar return energy when the universe amplifies your personal power, your authentic frequency, your revolutionary vision. And today, with the moon in Gemini trining your sun, your inner world and outer expression are perfectly aligned. What you feel inside matches what you're projecting outward. Who you're becoming is matching who you've always been at soul level. This trine is activating your 1st house of identity and self-expression, which means you're experiencing a recalibration of how you show up in the world. The masks are falling away, the performance is ending. The authentic you is emerging, and today you feel safe enough, clear enough, confident enough to let that happen. Here's what makes this particularly transformative for you. You have Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Pluto all in your sign right now, creating that powerful stellium. Venus is beautifying your self-image, helping you see your own worth, attracting people and opportunities that match your rising frequency. Mercury is clarifying your thoughts, sharpening your intellect, giving you the language to express what you've been feeling. Mars is igniting your will, your drive, your courage to take action on your vision. And Pluto, newly arrived in Aquarius, is initiating a 20-year transformation of your identity, your purpose, your entire life trajectory. All of this is happening inside you, and today's air trine gives you the mental and emotional clarity to understand what's unfolding. With the moon trining Mercury at 3 t.m. and Venus at 3 p.m., your afternoon is cosmically charged. This is when the grand air trine reaches its peak, when all 3 points, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, lock into perfect harmony. For you, this manifests as sudden realizations about relationships, about what you truly value, about who belongs in your new reality and who represents your old paradigm. You might have conversations today that feel destined, that reveal truths you needed to hear, that shift the entire trajectory of a connection. You might receive compliments, recognition, or validation that confirms you're on the right path. You might look in the mirror and for the first time in months actually like what you see, not physically, but energetically. You see yourself as you truly are, powerful, unique, ahead of your time, and that recognition anchors your confidence in ways nothing external ever could. Spiritually, Aquarius, this is your initiation into the next level of your purpose. You're not just thinking differently. You're becoming different. Your frequency is shifting from survival mode to creation mode, from fear-based decisions to intuition-led choices, from trying to fit in to claiming your outsider status as your superpower. The trine today removes the last mental blocks that were keeping you from fully embracing your weirdness, your brilliance, your revolutionary vision. By tonight, you won't just know who you are, you'll be ready to show the world. Libra, you might not expect to be on this list, but you're receiving this air trine energy in one of the most powerful ways possible. As a fellow air sign, you're naturally tuned to frequencies of thought, communication, harmony, and balance. And today, with the sun in Aquarius trining the moon in Gemini, your 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, expansion, and spiritual truth is being activated. This is the area of your chart that governs your beliefs, your worldview, your understanding of life's bigger meaning. And right now, that understanding is expanding exponentially. Beliefs you've held for years are being questioned, not in a destabilizing way, but in a liberating way. You're realizing that some of the rules you've been following aren't actually yours. Some of the paths you've been walking don't actually lead where you want to go. And today's clarity allows you to see that without fear, without judgment, just with clear-eyed understanding. The trine from the sun in Aquarius to the moon in Gemini creates a direct line between your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, and authentic joy, and your 9th house of belief systems and life philosophy. What this means in practical terms is that you're being shown how your beliefs have either supported or blocked your creative expression. You're realizing that when you create from obligation, when you express yourself to please others, when you perform instead of being authentic, you cut yourself off from your own joy. But when you create from truth, when you express what's actually alive in you, when you stop performing and start being, your entire energy field lights up. Today is showing you that path. Today is giving you permission to choose joy, to choose authenticity, to choose self-expression over people-pleasing. With Venus, your ruling planet, also in Aquarius and trining the moon at 3:32 p.m., your relationships are getting a major upgrade today. Venus governs how you love, how you attract, how you value yourself and others. In Aquarius, Venus wants freedom, authenticity, unconventional connection, relationships based on mutual respect for each other's individuality rather than codependent need. And today's trine to the moon in your 9th house means you're gaining clarity about what you actually want in relationships versus what you've been conditioned to want. You're realizing that true partnership doesn't require you to shrink. True love doesn't ask you to dim your light. True connection celebrates your growth rather than fearing it. If you've been in relationships that feel restrictive, today brings the mental clarity to name that. If you've been attracting people who don't match your frequency, today shows you why. And if you're single, today recalibrates your attraction field to draw in connections that actually align with your authentic self. Spiritually, Libra, this air trine is teaching you that balance doesn't mean staying small to keep the peace. Balance means honoring your truth and trusting that the right people will honor it too. You're learning that harmony isn't agreement, it's mutual respect for differences. And you're discovering that the most beautiful relationships aren't the ones where you sacrifice yourself to maintain equilibrium. They're the ones where both people are free to grow, change, and become more of who they truly are. Today's activation is shifting you from performing balance to embodying authentic harmony. And that shift changes everything. Now, even if you're not one of these three signs, you're still being touched by this grand air trine. Every sign, every chart, every human on the planet today is experiencing a mental and emotional upgrade. But the way it manifests depends on which houses Aquarius and Gemini occupy in your personal chart. If you're an Aries, this trine is likely activating your 11th house of community and 3rd house of communication, bringing clarity about your social circles and how you express yourself within them. If you're a Taurus, your 10th house of career and 2nd house of values are being harmonized, helping you align your work with your authentic worth. If you're a Cancer, your 8th house of transformation and 12th house of spirituality are lighting up, bringing insights about deep, healing and soul connection. Every sign is receiving this gift. The question is, are you paying attention? The key to working with this energy is understanding what air element represents. Air is mind, thought, communication, ideas, connections, networks, information flow. Air is how we think, how we learn, how we process, how we express. Air is the realm of consciousness, not dense physical matter, but the invisible patterns that give matter meaning. When air signs harmonize in a trine, when Aquarius, Gemini, and the air energy flows freely, your mental body upgrades. Thoughts that were stuck start moving. Communication that was blocked starts flowing. Understanding that was clouded becomes crystal clear. This is why today feels different. Your consciousness is literally operating at a higher frequency. Here's what you can do to maximize this activation. First, write, journal, put your thoughts on paper. The insights coming through today are meant to be captured, not just experienced and forgotten. Your higher self is speaking to you through your thoughts, and writing them down anchors the frequency into physical reality. Second, have important conversations. If there's something you've been afraid to say, today gives you the clarity and the courage to say it. If there's someone you need to communicate with, today removes the awkwardness and creates flow. Third, learn something new. Read that article, watch that documentary, take that online course. Your mind is in super learning mode right now, absorbing information faster and understanding it more deeply than usual. Fourth, meditate or do breath work. Air element is connected to the breath, and conscious breathing today will amplify the clarity, calm your nervous system, and deepen your connection to intuitive guidance. But perhaps most importantly, pay attention to the thoughts that come seemingly out of nowhere today. The random insights, the sudden knowings, the ideas that pop into your mind without logical build-up. These aren't random, these are downloads. Your higher self, your guides, your soul. They communicate through thought when the mental channel is clear. And today that channel is wide open. Don't dismiss the seemingly random thought about calling someone. Don't ignore the sudden idea about a new project. Don't talk yourself out of the intuitive hit about changing direction. These are cosmic breadcrumbs, and following them leads you exactly where your soul needs to go. There's also a shadow side to be aware of with this much air energy activating. Too much air can make you feel ungrounded, scattered, mentally overstimulated, disconnected from your body. If you find yourself spinning in analysis paralysis, if you're having so many ideas you can't focus on any of them, if you're feeling anxious or restless, you need to ground. Walk barefoot on earth, touch a tree, hold a crystal, eat something warm and nourishing. Air energy needs to be balanced with earth energy, Otherwise, you're all up in your head with no connection to your body or the physical world. The goal is not to escape into mental realms, but to bring higher consciousness down into physical reality. That's where true transformation happens. Another thing to watch for is over-intellectualizing emotions. Air signs have a tendency to think about feelings rather than feel them. With this grand trine activating your mental body so intensely, you might find yourself analyzing why you feel a certain way instead of just letting yourself feel it. Resist that temptation. Clarity doesn't mean emotional bypass. Understanding doesn't replace feeling. Today's gift is the integration of mind and heart, not the dominance of one over the other. If emotions come up, let them move through. If tears want to fall, let them. If joy wants to overflow, express it. The clarity you're receiving includes emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and honor your feelings without being controlled by them. Let's talk about the timing of this activation in the larger cosmic context. We're in the final week of January 2026, a month that has been absolutely packed with intense astrological shifts. Neptune entered Aries for the final time on January 26th, initiating a 13-year spiritual revolution. Saturn and Neptune are still conjunct in Aries, creating a cosmic tension between structure and dissolution, reality and vision. Mars recently conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, bringing intense action and transformation to the collective field. And through all of this intensity, through all of these major planetary movements reshaping reality, today's air trine arrives like a breath of fresh air. Literally, it's the universe giving you a moment to process everything that's been unfolding, to integrate the changes, to find clarity in the chaos. This trine is also preparing you for the Leo full moon on February 1st, just 4 days away. Full moons are culmination points, moments when what you've been building reaches completion, when hidden things come to light, when energy peaks before beginning to wane. And this particular full moon in Leo will be powerful, activating themes of self-expression, creativity, leadership, and authentic joy. Today's mental and emotional clarity is setting you up to receive the full moon's gifts with awareness rather than overwhelm. The insights you gain today will inform the realizations that come during the full moon. The alignment you feel today will stabilize you through the intensity of the full moon. This is preparation. This is calibration. This is the universe making sure you're ready for what's coming. There's also a numerological layer to today that's worth noting. January 28th, 2026 reduces to a 3-day in numerology. 1 + 2 + 8 + 2 + 0 + 2 + 6 = 21. 2 + 1 = 3. 3 is the number of communication, creativity, expression, joy, social connection. It's the number of the artist, the writer, the speaker, the one who bridges worlds through words and ideas. 3 energy is playful, optimistic, expressive, and today, combined with the grand air trine in the sky, that energy is amplified beyond measure. This is a day for creative breakthroughs, for artistic inspiration, for communication that touches hearts and changes minds. If you create anything today, a piece of art, a written work, a song, a video, it will carry a frequency that resonates with others because it's created under this rare alignment of cosmic forces. As this activation moves through your system today, you might notice physical sensations. Tingling in your hands or arms, restlessness in your legs, a buzzing sensation in your head or crown chakra, tightness in your chest as your heart chakra expands, yawning as your body releases old energy. These are all normal responses to frequency upgrades. Your physical body is adjusting to hold more light, more information, more consciousness. Drink lots of water. Rest if you need to. Move your body to circulate the energy, and most importantly, trust what you're experiencing. You're not imagining this. You're not making it up. You're quite literally being upgraded at a cellular level, and your body knows how to process that. For those of you who are particularly sensitive, empathic, or psychic, today might feel overwhelming. You're not just receiving your own clarity, you're picking up on the collective mental and emotional field as millions of people experience this activation simultaneously. If you feel flooded, create boundaries. Imagine yourself surrounded by golden light that allows only information meant for you to enter your field. Call your energy back from other people, places, and timelines. Ground into your body, center in your own frequency. You can be sensitive without being porous. You can be empathic without taking on other people's energy. Today is teaching you that discernment, that boundary setting, that understanding of where you end and others begin. Here's the deeper spiritual truth underlying all of this. Today's grand air trine is not just about mental clarity or emotional alignment. It's about remembering who you are at soul level. It's about stripping away the conditioning, the programming, the false beliefs, the limiting stories, and coming back to the truth of your being. Air energy carries the frequency of consciousness itself, awareness, presence, the part of you that observes rather than reacts, that knows rather than believes, that is rather than performs. When air signs harmonize in a trine, you get a glimpse of yourself as pure consciousness, pure awareness, the eternal witness beyond all temporary thoughts and emotions. And in that glimpse, everything changes. You realize you're not your thoughts, you're the awareness observing the thoughts. You're not your emotions, you're the presence feeling the emotions. You're not your story, you're the consciousness experiencing the story. And in that realization, freedom arrives. You stop identifying so completely with the changing circumstances of your life. You stop believing every thought that crosses your mind. You stop being controlled by every emotion that moves through your body. You become the witness, the awareness, the consciousness, and from that place, you create your reality with intention rather than reacting to life from unconscious patterns. This is what enlightenment actually looks like, not floating on clouds, not transcending humanity, not escaping into bliss. It's waking up inside your human experience, recognizing yourself as consciousness temporarily inhabiting form, and choosing how to engage with life from that awakened awareness. Today's activation is giving you a taste of that, a moment of awakeness, a glimpse of clarity, a direct experience of yourself as something more than your thoughts and feelings. Don't dismiss it. Don't explain it away. Don't let your logical mind convince you it wasn't real. It is real. It's the most real thing there is. And the more you recognize it, the more it becomes your permanent state rather than a temporary experience. As this day unfolds, as the moon moves through Gemini and forms these perfect trines to the Aquarius planets, as the grand air trine reaches its peak this afternoon and then begins to separate, remember this. Cosmic alignments don't create something that wasn't already there. They reveal what's always been true. The clarity you're experiencing today isn't new. It's been trying to reach you for weeks, maybe months. The alignment you're feeling today isn't temporary. It's showing you the natural state you can return to anytime you quiet your mind and listen to your soul. The breakthrough you're having today isn't a fluke. It's the result of all the inner work you've been doing, all the releasing, all the healing, all the choosing of truth over comfort. Today is confirmation that you're exactly where you're meant to be, that the universe is supporting your evolution, that your soul knows the way forward even when your mind doesn't understand the path. So as you move through the rest of January 28th, pay attention. Notice the thoughts that come. Listen to the conversations that happen. Feel the clarity that arrives. Write down the insights. Honor the emotions. Trust the knowing. This is your consciousness upgrading in real time. This is your soul speaking directly to you. This is the universe confirming that you're ready for the next level of your journey. The portal is open. The frequency is high. The alignment is perfect. And you are exactly where you're meant to be, receiving exactly what your soul has been calling in. This activation doesn't end when the day ends. The insights you gain today will continue unfolding over the coming weeks. The clarity you receive today will inform your choices as you move forward. The alignment you feel today will become the new baseline frequency you operate from. This is not a peak you reach and then descend from. This is a step up, a new platform, a higher octave of consciousness that becomes your new normal. And as you integrate this energy over the next several days, as you apply the insights in practical ways, as you communicate from this new level of clarity, you'll notice that life starts responding differently. Opportunities align, conversations flow, understanding arrives, synchronicities multiply. Because you're no longer operating from the old frequency of confusion, doubt, or mental fog. You're operating from clarity, alignment, and soul knowing. And reality reorganizes itself to match that frequency. The air trine activation of January 28 is complete. Your mind and soul have aligned. Your heart and voice are synchronized. Your conscious awareness and higher self are speaking the same language. The breakthrough you've been waiting for has arrived, not with drama or intensity, but with the quiet certainty of truth finally recognized. You know what you know. You see what you see. And no one can convince you otherwise. This is power, this is clarity, this is awakening, and this is only the beginning. If this message landed in your awareness at the perfect moment, leave a like and subscribe to stay connected to these activations. And anchor this frequency by commenting, "My mind and soul are aligned. The universe is speaking. Your soul is listening. And your life is transforming in ways you'll understand more fully with each passing day." The air trine has aligned your consciousness. Your breakthrough begins now.